Gosh, Pocket Ronnie made me enjoy eating triangles. So welcome back.
Okay, just now I showed you how to measure an angle that was already drawn for you, and that was on page 3D. We are still on 3D, we're doing number 9. Now what you're going to do is they're going to give you the angle, and then you're going to draw it. So you have to use your protractor to draw 179 degrees, and then we're going to label it as angle 3. They're telling us that the measure of angle 3 is 179 degrees. We're going to draw 179 degrees, and then we can label it as as angle 3. So how to draw any angle, the first thing you need to do is just have a horizontal line. So on your paper somewhere, it doesn't really matter where, you just need to start out with a horizontal line, okay? So I'm using my straight edge on my protractor to draw me a horizontal line, and I need to make a vertex. Again, it doesn't matter where your vertex is, I'm going to make my vertex right there. I just need to make a vertex so that I can have a point of reference for my protractor. Now I take the belly button of my protractor and I line it up in the center there of my protractor, and then that horizontal line I just drew is going to be lined up with this 0 line on my protractor. Okay, so now I've got this lined up with 0. So since it's lined up with 0, 0 is my bottom numbers on this side, so I'm going to use my bottom numbers. I want to follow my bottom numbers all the way around to 179 degrees. So I'm going past 90. So I'm all the way over at 179 degrees. 180 degrees is a straight line. Let me line this back up. So if I follow my bottom numbers all the way over here to 179, I'm at this tick mark right here. So what I do is on the outside of my protractor, I make a mark at 179 degrees. So right there, this little tick mark on my protractor is 179 degrees. So I make just a little mark right there. Then I can pick my protractor up. I've got my mark at where 179 degrees was. So now I can take my vertex and my little mark. It just takes 2 points to make a line, and then I connect those up. Okay? This should almost be a straight line. 180 degrees is a straight line, so this should almost be a straight line. So an angle is made by 2 rays, so this is my angle that I made right there. This is I draw my angle with an arc, and then they want me to label it as angle 3. So that right there, and if you want to label that as 179 degrees, that is okay to do as well. So the main thing is to draw this arc on where your angle is, because in the next lesson we'll learn that an angle can be on this side or the other side. So it's very important to draw this arc of where your angle is. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to do number 10, and we're going to be doing 18 degrees, and they want us to label it as the Greek letter beta. Okay? So we're going to draw 18 degrees. Remember, the very first thing to do in drawing any angle is just to draw you a horizontal line. Doesn't matter where on the paper you draw a horizontal line, just use your straight edge to draw a horizontal line. Now make you a vertex. So there's my vertex. Now I can line the belly button of the protractor up with my vertex. So I put that in the center of my protractor, and then I line my horizontal line up with the 0 line or the dashed line on my protractor, because this line should be at 0. Okay? Since I'm going over here 0 on the right, then I'm going to use my bottom numbers because I'm starting at 0. And I want to do 18 degrees, so I'm going to follow my bottom numbers until I get to 18 degrees. There's 10. You find the little tick mark that shows 18. You make your little point at 18 degrees. Then you can take it away. You have this point and this point. You only need 2 points to make a line. So you connect those 2 points up with your straight edge. And now you have drawn 18 degrees. Put in your arrows to show your angles, put in your arc to show your angles, and then you label it. They want you to label it as angle beta. So there we go, that's angle beta. And if you want to put in here that it's 18 degrees, to show 18 degrees, it's always good to show the degrees. And now you have drawn an angle of 18 degrees. Okay, now let's move on down to number 11. We want to draw an angle of 88 degrees, and we're going to label it as angle QRS. They're telling us the measure of angle QRS is 88 degrees. Again, your first step of any angle is just to draw a horizontal line. That's always your first step. Use your straight edge to draw a horizontal line. Then make you a vertex so that you have a point of reference to line your protractor up. Line the belly button of your protractor with your vertex. And then line your horizontal line up with the dashed line or the 0 line of your protractor. I'm lining it up with 0 on this side. Could I use 0 on the left side? Yes, I absolutely could. Okay, let's just do that. So instead of making my vertex over here, let's make my vertex over on the right. Okay, just so you can see the difference. So the same principle, line my belly button up with the hole, or the belly button on my protractor, line up with my vertex, line the horizontal line up with my 0 line. So since 0 is over here on the left, means I'm using my top numbers now, because I always start at 0. So with that being said, then I want to do 88 degrees, so I use my top numbers. I keep following along until here's 80, then that'd be 85, 86, 87, 88. Go to the tick mark that says 88, draw you a point or a little dot there where 88 is. Now you can take your protractor away, connect your point where 88 was and your vertex. I was almost going to go to the wrong vertex. And your vertex, and now you have an angle of 88 degrees. But remember, this is your angle because we started at 0. 0 was over here, and then we went up to 88 here. So inside here is the angle you just drew. So we want to label it as, I'm going to write in here that's 88 degrees, and we want to label it as QRS. So which letter is the vertex? Always the middle. Always the middle. So R has to be here at the vertex. Now where you put Q and S is completely up to you. I can put Q, I'm going to put Q here, and I'm going to put S here. Could they have been the other way? Yes. I still have angle QRS. If I had switched them and this had been Q and this had been S, I still would have QRS, or I could call it SRQ. Either way. The main thing that matters when you're labeling is the vertex. You put your vertex, the middle letter on your vertex, and then label the other 2 letters. So that's how you draw angles with your protractor.